music. They told you women were fragile, like glass. Treat her like a queen, they said. You believed them. You gave her your best. You gave her your heart. And each time, you were the one left shattered, until you discovered a truth no one dares to say out loud. She does not fall in love with the man who worships her. She is drawn to the man she cannot fully predict. In her world, emotional tension is not the enemy of love. It is often the spark that keeps it alive. And if you avoid every moment of healthy resistance, if you remove all challenge, respect slowly disappears. Today I will show you the kind of tension that builds attraction without being harsh, without being disrespectful. If you can handle this truth, keep watching, because once you see it, you will never look at relationships the same way again. Why being perfect fails? The perfect gentleman looks impressive from the outside, polite, agreeable, always available. But in reality, he is often the easiest man to forget, not because kindness is wrong, but because for many men, their kindness is not strength. It is fear in disguise, fear of upsetting her, fear of disagreement, fear of losing her. And women sense that fear instantly, the same way danger is felt before it is seen. When you agree with everything, when you avoid even small differences, when you reshape yourself to fit her moods, you believe you are being loving. But in her mind, you are communicating something else. That you lack firmness. And a man without firmness cannot hold respect for long. Here is the truth few people say. Women do not deeply connect with a man who bends to every request. They may enjoy the attention, they may accept the effort, but subconsciously they question his strength, because life brings pressure, conflict, uncertainty. If you cannot stand steady with the woman you care about, how will you stand firm when real challenges appear? This is why trying to please at all costs backfires. The more predictable you become, the less space there is for genuine attraction. Attraction needs contrast. It needs polarity. It needs the feeling that you have your own center. A man who stays calm and grounded without anger sends a clear signal. I care, but I will not abandon myself to be accepted. That man is remembered. That man is respected. That man is chosen. Tension as the fuel of desire, real attraction, does not grow in constant comfort. It forms in the space between desire and uncertainty. When every interaction is smooth, safe, and expected, the emotional edge fades. She may still like you. She may still feel warmth. But the spark weakens. Why? Because the strongest emotional bonds are built through challenge, not ease. Think about what mattered most in your life. It was never the thing handed to you without effort. It was the thing you had to earn, the thing you could lose. Attraction follows the same pattern. When she knows she has full access to you at all times, without boundaries or resistance, the mind relaxes. And when the mind relaxes too much, desire slowly fades. Small moments of not always getting her way awaken something deeper, the instinct to invest, to engage, to value. This is not about being cold. It is about nature. For generations, women have been drawn to men with direction, men who follow their own path, men who are not easily shaken by moods or pressure. That steadiness creates value the same way rarity creates worth. If something is always available, it is rarely cherished. You must become that value, not by disappearing, but by standing firm when it matters. When she feels that calm strength, she does not think, he is unkind. She thinks, he is solid. And strength, paired with self-control, keeps attraction alive far longer than comfort ever could. The ancient test. Long before modern life, women evaluated men through behavior, not words. Survival depended on choosing someone reliable under pressure. So nature formed an instinct. Observe him. Does he collapse to please? Does he remain calm when emotions rise? Does he keep his word under stress? These moments answered a silent question. Can this man lead? That instinct still exists today, hidden inside everyday situations. When she challenges your choices, tests your boundaries, or creates emotional friction, it is not always conflict. Often, it is evaluation. When you remain steady without cruelty, her subconscious receives clarity. But when you surrender just to avoid discomfort, a different message is sent. Here is the hard truth. No woman fully commits to a man she perceives as unstable. Avoiding all conflict does not create safety. It creates doubt. Strength cannot be performed, it must be lived. When you trust your decisions and stand by them, even at the cost of short-term comfort, respect grows. And with respect, attraction deepens. The polarity that creates attraction. Masculine and feminine energies thrive on contrast, like opposite ends of a magnet. The feminine is emotional, flowing, responsive. The masculine is grounded, directional, steady. When you remain calm and centered, she can relax. When you mirror her emotions instead of balancing them, the spark weakens. Connection does not come from copying, it comes from complementing. She does not want you to become softer than she is. She wants you to remain steady when she is uncertain. Not unfeeling, not distant, but anchored. Because deep down, she knows. A man who cannot hold himself in small storms will not stand strong in real ones. And the man who can hold that center is rare. Detachment as strength. Most men believe power comes from giving more, pleasing more, sacrificing more, but real strength is quieter. It is the ability to stay whole, to choose calmly, and to walk away without bitterness when respect is lost. That is not weakness, that is self-respect. Reliability wins over mystery every single time. Here's how you apply this in real life. Show up when you say you will. Keep every promise and commitment you make. Stay emotionally steady instead of swinging between moods. Show goal-focused behavior consistently over months, not just for a few days. This is not about becoming boring or predictable in a negative way. It's about showing natural reliability signals that female instincts have been responding to throughout human history. Women react strongly to these signals because their brains are naturally designed to recognize them. You're not misleading anyone, you're simply aligning your actions with biological reality shaped by nature over hundreds of thousands of years. The interesting part is this: women often can't explain why steady men suddenly feel more attractive. They just feel it. Their psychology detects reliability and responds positively without conscious thought. This is why the man who seems less exciting but shows solid consistency often builds lasting relationships, while the unpredictable man creates short-term excitement and long-term instability. Evolution favored women who chose reliable partners. Modern women inherited that same mental system. Once you understand this, your entire dating mindset changes. You stop trying to create artificial mystery. You start building real reliability that her psychology naturally notices and appreciates. The key is consistency in the areas that matter. Be the man who follows through on his words. Build your career and goals step by step. Treat her with the same respect every time you see her. Handle problems with emotional maturity. Women's brains, shaped through evolution, prioritize these qualities above almost everything else when evaluating serious partners. When you demonstrate them honestly, you're working with nature instead of against it. Now let's look at how female attraction works through natural instinct, not modern ideas. This is where Dr. Buss's findings challenge popular beliefs. Female attraction operates on natural principles that often differ from what society claims women should want. Dr. Buss spent years studying these patterns across cultures around the world. The same behaviors appeared everywhere, from advanced modern societies to isolated traditional communities. This proves we're not observing learned behavior or cultural conditioning. This is instinctive programming built into female psychology. Here's the key discovery that explains everything. Women have two separate attraction systems that activate in different situations. System 1 is casual attraction instinct. It activates based on physical health signals. It focuses on appearance, confidence, and social presence. It prioritizes immediate physical appeal over long-term partnership traits. Research shows this system becomes stronger during fertile phases. System 2 is serious relationship instinct. It activates based on partnership quality signals. It focuses on security, stability, emotional awareness, and commitment. It values long-term support over instant chemistry. This system remains active throughout the entire month. This explains why many men feel confused by female reactions. They don't realize women are operating different psychological systems depending on context. The man who easily attracts casual attention often struggles to build commitment. Meanwhile, the man who forms strong long-term bonds may initially struggle to spark attraction. These are not mixed signals, they are two distinct instinctive systems designed for different goals. Dr. Buss's research revealed something important. Women evolved flexible attraction strategies to maximize both physical health and long-term security. Both systems developed because they improved survival across generations. So, what does this mean in real dating? If you only show casual values such as physical presence and short-term excitement, you may gain attention but struggle to build anything meaningful. If you only show relationship value such as stability and dependability, you may face early resistance because physical attraction isn't fully activated. The solution is clear in Dr. Buss's findings. Activate both systems together naturally and honestly. Show strength and capability while also proving dependability. Display confidence and social ease while showing clear future goals and ambition. Here's a real example that illustrates this perfectly. Daniel was stable, financially secure, and emotionally aware. Yet, he struggled to attract women at first. Why? He presented himself only as relationship material and failed to trigger immediate attraction signals. When Daniel improved his physical health, developed real social confidence, and showed more personality while keeping his stability, women's responses changed completely. He didn't pretend to be someone else. He simply activated both attraction systems instead of just one. Dr. Buss's findings confirm something crucial. The strongest committed relationships begin when men show both physical attraction traits and partnership traits early in dating. This satisfies women's dual attraction psychology from the start. The evolutionary logic behind this is simple. Women who chose partners with both good health and reliable support raised healthier children who survived at higher rates. This preference was passed down across thousands of generations. You're not fighting biology, you're learning how it works. This is why balance matters. Only physical appeal triggers casual attraction but fails relationship evaluation. Only stability passes relationship tests but fails to spark early interest. Combining both activates complete female attraction psychology. Once you understand this, confusion disappears. Women aren't contradictory when they desire both excitement and security. They're responding to two natural systems designed for different relationship contexts. When you demonstrate both honestly, attraction becomes clear instead of confusing. The practical takeaway is straightforward. Develop yourself in multiple areas. improve your physical health and appearance, build confidence through achievements and social skills. At the same time, create career direction, financial stability, and emotional maturity. Show ambition while enjoying the present moment. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming the most complete version of yourself. When you understand these two systems, dating finally makes sense. You stop guessing, you recognize which system you're activating, and adjust naturally. Something interesting happens when men learn how human attraction truly works. Their entire dating approach transforms, not because they become artificial, but because they finally understand what actually works. And this transformation follows a clear path.